Hey, good morning, friends. This is Julie Hamilton. Welcome to another week. I hope you're doing great today, and I hope you're getting primed and getting ready for just getting back on that schedule, getting back on the workhorse, getting back, and the kids are getting back to school so that you can really get productive. Well, I don't know about you, but around our house, Damien is known as Dr. No. It's like almost like he makes happy delight out of saying no. Everything, no. Well, we all have balance, so my problem is saying yes. Are you a no person or are you a yes person? I'd love to hear from you, like what your natural tendency is. To me, I'm like, sure, why not? Yeah, I'd love to be involved. I love to be involved with a lot of different things. To me, that's like really fun and exciting. But we need balance. That's why we have each other, right? And in your life, who balances you out? But the thing is, sometimes we have to learn how to make better choices with our time. Because if we said yes to every single invitation that came our way, it would be chaos, right? It would be like, we don't have to do that. But we do have to learn how to say no to some things. And sometimes it's hard to know. Well, I love this tip that Kyle Maynard shared in this book, Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss. Kyle Maynard is a quadruple amputee. He was born with a disease that cuts off his arms at the elbows and his knees, or his legs at the knees. But he's an incredibly accomplished person. He is known as the first quadruple amputee to climb Mount Kilimanjaro without prosthetics. He is a wrestler. He became a champion wrestler. He's actually in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, an MMA artist. He owns a gym. He's a CrossFit instructor. I mean, this guy is like seriously the real deal and inspiring. So Kyle Maynard, if you want to look him up, Maynard, and you could learn more about him. But he shares this one tip that I thought was brilliant. And I've been using it because I'm trying to cram a bunch of stuff into a section of like 2 weeks, and I'm having to decide what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen. And what he says is, you have to rate everything on a scale of 1 to 10. Every invitation you get, whether it's a date, whether it's a date to coffee, whether it's a meeting that you have to do with your boss, whatever it is, all the commitments, all the obligations, all the things that people ask you to do, rate it on a 1 to 10. That's easy to do, right? We've all done that before. But here's the catch. There's no 7's allowed. Because when you get to the 7, it's kind of like you feel obligated to do it. It might not be as important, but there's a little obligation, but there's no 7's allowed. So when you take off that option of having something rated as a 7 that you want to do, it either makes it become a 6 or an 8 in your scale. And you can tell really easily, is this a 6 or is it an 8? Is it like I could let it go, or is it really important to me? And that is going to help you decide whether it's something that you need to say yes to or something that you need to say no to. So I hope that gives you a little tip that will make your life easier. For me, that's been a great tip. No 7's allowed. And I will not be doing videos for about 3 weeks, starting next week. I'm not going to be doing videos, but I am going to be putting content up on my podcast. So I want you guys to tune into the podcast. I'm actually going to be doing an incredible series called The Power of Thought. And it's fascinating information. It's going to be a 7-day series starting September 4th, Tuesday, September 4th. It's going to go for a week on my podcast. This isn't my podcast. If you haven't gone on my podcast, on your iPhones, there's a little purple icon that looks like it has a lollipop on it. Go on there and search Life Builders by Julie Hamilton and tune into the podcast, because you will not want to miss this fascinating journey into how your thoughts affect your destiny, your thoughts affect your body, your thoughts affect your brain. The power of a thought is, here's the quote: if you knew the power of a negative thought, you would never think another one. That's from a neuroscientist. Let's think about that. It's incredible. So we're going to be talking about why 75 to 95% of diseases now are caused by thoughts, scientists believe, and how your thoughts override everything, even your DNA. So it's epigenetics, which is the study of things that are over biology. or more important than biology, more powerful than biology, epigenetics. And I think you're gonna really love it. We're gonna get super nerdy and super geeky. I'm gonna give you science experiments and see for yourself what you think about it. I hope you'll tune in. That is starting September 4th, The Power of Thought on my podcast, Life Builders by Julie Hamilton. I hope you'll tune in. And I'll see you on Thursday at 9:30. We're going to change the time to 9:30, and that will be my last video for a couple weeks, but I'm so excited to get back to you after that. I already miss you. All right, I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Mwah. Bye. Go live your big, amazing, beautiful lives.